anything you bought in June of 2022 at 80%, especially my friends in California, I mean, they were at 100% leverage by January of 23. I mean, it moved fast.
In the 15 plus years of real estate investing, we're broaching on that. For me personally, we're broaching on the topic that I'm in all the time on the media side, which is, what does the customer want? What does the customer want? Because like in real estate, it was always like, the customer wants whatever the comps in the neighborhood are. So always build to the comps in the neighborhood. But one thing I haven't heard, and maybe that's just I haven't been listening well enough the past couple of years, is what does the customer want? What does the buyer want? So if the buyer is actually motivating people to make these decisions, it's like, I think investors, if they're not already paying attention, it's like, wake up and realize that you're not going to get by with the basics anymore. That maybe over rehabbing, which was always a bad word, the last 15 years, maybe that's the norm now.
Well, or if you're going to under rehab, you have to plan to undersell. There was a period there where you could under rehab and still oversell, right? We're back to, if it's an as-is type purchase, you're going to have to expect to sell that for less, right? You don't get the same price as the house down the street that was done to the nines. And we saw a lot of people, the smart investors, and those of you that listened to me in January of 2022, change the way they bought when they started hearing rates were going to go up. The newer people that hadn't been through any cycles kind of, he said it, pushed through June, still buying the way they were buying. There were a lot of lenders still offering 80 LTV, 100% financing. And anything you bought in June of 2022 at 80%, especially my friends in California, I mean, they were at 100% leverage by January of 23. I mean, it moved fast. I feel like, though, people buying now have kind of made this shift. Would you agree?
No, for sure. And it's definitely, at our office, we call them the HGTV disciples. Like, a lot of them are gone. It's like the people are like, oh, let's pull some money over 401k. We got 30 grand. Let's put down. We're going to go flip a house. My wife loves design. A lot of that is mellowed out. Like, and it's kind of just like, without getting political, like the economy, it's like, the good are getting better, they're making great money, and the bad are that spread is getting far wider.
Bad are doing novations.
Exactly.
Well,
that's right.
on that, talking about that, I think the people that think the economy is good don't go to the grocery stores. Because like the thing, and again, I think every time I talk about the subject, I feel like I'm getting into my parents. Is like, when I get a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper or Coca-Cola, that should be $2.99. Not
$9.99 now,
or $10, $12, whatever it is. So every time I see that, I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And it's just like the people that don't. Trying to buy a house or trying to buy a car or trying to buy anything, which just everything's so damn expensive. Like, this has nothing to do with real estate, but recently my car, it overheated, took it in the shop, and they're like, it's going to take $5,000 to fix it. So obviously the rational decision was like, well, I'd rather just buy a new car, and I'll just put that $5,000 towards a new car. They wanted to give me a trade-in value of $16,000 on my 2020 Ford Expedition that I still owe $36,000 on.
Yeah.
They were going to give me negative $20,000 equity.
But pay the old market price for their car, but we're adjusting for your car for the new market price. I got into a fight with Grapevine Ford last night. So
welcome to the Car Guys podcast.
I know.
Because I got a story too.
No. Yeah, I know, right? But long story short, they wanted to put me in a 2023 because it's a better deal. King Ranch, which was a great car.
Sure.
But anyway, they wanted me to put $10,000 down, and I'm like, I'm doing the math on it. They wanted me to pay $105,000 on a 2023 truck that's listed on the internet for $68,000. I'm like, how does that make sense? Anyway, Car Guys podcast.
If we can just push pause and just let everybody know, the more you trust the people in the government, they'll fix it. We just got to give them the power, and everything's going to get better.
It works in every society ever for millions of years.
Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah.
The people in power have your best interest in mind.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is our official endorsement of whoever's going to pay us the most money podcast.
We're taking PAC donations.